Hello, my name is Kevin. I'm the contractor CFO and COO. Welcome to today's video. In today's video, we're going to go over building business credit. So last week we talked about working capital. What is it? What are the common problems? What are the roadblocks to establishing or getting higher working capital in your business so you have more cash to be able to buy equipment, expand, just generally pay all your operating expenses while you're waiting for those payments to roll in, all that kind of stuff. So in today's video, we're going to go over building business credit. First, though, a little bit about me in case this is your first video. Sorry if you've been watching these. Sorry, you're just going to have to sit through this again. But I'm a contractor CFO and COO, meaning I help you make more money in your business, whether that's through the accounting and tax side of things, or whether that's more for the on the operational side, trying to like streamline your all the processes in your business. We do small business tax and accounting. I'm enrolled agent, meaning I can represent taxpayers before the IRS, just like a CPA can. And really, we want to help small businesses lower their taxes in their business so long as the IRS is still around through proactive tax planning. And then also, I'm a former insurance premium auditor, meaning I used to do the workers' comp and the general liability insurance audit. So I have a lot of in-depth insurance knowledge as well that can help you minimize that insurance expense that you have or navigate all those sticky employment issues that, is this an employee or a contractor, all that kind of stuff. So, anyways, building business credit. You probably know this or have figured this out in life before, but it's important to build credit before you need it. All right. Because when you need it, like when you're low on cash or you're just going through a hard time, like projects are falling through or whatever, or people aren't paying you, that like right when you need it the most, the banks are not going to lend it out to you because they're going to look at you and think you're a risk. So, which is just so counterintuitive. I swear these bankers don't have souls. They're not too far from us accountants, but anyways, let's get on to this. But it's similar to building personal credit. All right. So I'm going to keep this higher level just because it's been a while since I've actually worked on building my business credit. So I'm not sure and we're going to get into some spots where things are constantly changing as far as which credit cards or lines of credit or which banks have the best offers. Like I don't have that information readily available. I can get it and put it in my free community, the link in the description below. If that's of interest to you, you can reach out in that community, and that's something I can work on there. But for now, it's going to be higher level, or maybe you can find more detailed stuff on YouTube. I'm not going to say like I'm the expert here on building business credit, but I can definitely help you get started. All right, so instead, the key with building business credit is instead of using your social security number or the EIN of your business, although you may still need to uh, provide your EIN to a supplier or a creditor, but what you need instead, sorry, I'm about to sneeze. Right. What you need instead is a what we call a DUNS number, except they put these stupid hyphens, so a DUNS, but we all just call it a DUNS number. All right. So the way you get that is by going to a Dun and Bradstreet. So I'm actually going to pull up a their website here and bring it onto the screen. Da-da-da. Let's see. Right. Yeah. So Dun and Bradstreet. So you're just going to type in Dun and Bradstreet on Google or whatever your search engine is, and it's going to pull up this web page. They're kind of like the credit monitor of business credit. All right. So uh, all you're going to do, you're going to see this Duns number up here. I just click it there. And then under this drop down DUNS number, you're literally just going to hit get a DUNS online. It's free to get this number, by the way. All right. If they're trying to get you to pay for something, then they're trying to upsell you on something, which maybe you're interested in whatever they're trying to upsell, but it's definitely not required. You should be able to do all of this for free. And then there's also a lot of firms out there that advertise like their business credit building service, that type of stuff. So maybe if I'd say that's better if you know that you're not going to follow through unless you're paying somebody and trying to get everything you can out of them and need somebody to hold you accountable. Then great. Then I would suggest doing that because those providers are going to have like the up to date knowledge of who's giving out the business credit cards right now, who has the business lines of credit, all that kind of stuff. So it may be worth it to you to spend whatever it is to pay somebody to help you build your business credit, but I'm just showing you how to at least get the DUNS number and get the process started here. So you literally, how to get a DUNS number, you just hit get started now. If you're US based, just say get started. It's literally that easy. Then you put in your zip code, your business name, and you just start walking through, um, uh, all the information that they need from you, and then they give you a DUNS number. So that's really as easy as it is to get a DUNS number. Then you're gonna once you have that DUNS number, then you're gonna have somebody call your net 30 suppliers. You probably already have a lot of different things on account. Where you can just purchase stuff and walk out without paying, and they just send you an invoice at the end of the month showing like here's everything you pay, or here's everything that we sold you. Now it's time to pay up. You're gonna call all of those net 30 suppliers. That could even be something as simple as like Office Max or Staples or whoever your supplies supplier is. It could be your materials people. Probably not your subs that are doing all your labor. They're probably clueless on this. And if you're a sub, like yeah, you're probably clueless. We're all kind of clueless on this. But yeah, call your net 30 suppliers. Give them your DUNS number and ask them to start reporting your payment history. If they're a larger supplier, they're probably used to this and do this all the time. But it's a way for them to start reporting your payment history. Just like when you have a credit card, that credit card company is reporting your payment history to like FICO or um, I forget the other ones that give you a credit score. But anyways, they do that, and it'll take several billing cycles before it starts showing up, right? So don't be surprised if it's 3 to 6 months of billing cycles. It's oftentimes going to be a little shorter than that, but just give it some time. You just need to give the suppliers time to report that and for all that information to start showing up on the Dun and Bradstreet website. Once you have a DUNS number, you can create an online login, and then you can go in and start looking to see if your payment history is showing up. All right. And at some point, then once you have enough payment history on these initial suppliers, Dun and Bradstreet will give you something called a Paydex score. So that's kind of like your FICO score for personal credit, but it's for your business credit and payment history. And so that's really what you're going to want to pay attention to is your Paydex score. So once you have a Paydex score, you may apply for a business credit card with no personal guarantee. So that's the key thing here, is the no personal guarantee. That's the whole point of building business credit is to be able to um, have creditors look at your business apart from you. They're going to just look at your business financials and see your payment history to other suppliers, and they're going to start giving you credit cards based just off your own business's payment history and credit worthiness. So that if the business does go bankrupt, then that credit card company or whoever gave you money is not going to be able to come after you personally. Because right now, yeah, you're probably like, well, I already have a business credit card. Yeah, but if you went to the bank, like if you went to Wells Fargo and opened up a new business credit, a new business bank account, they're going to pull your personal credit and realize, oh, if this guy has great credit, you're automatically going to offer you like a $20,000 business credit card. But that's based off your personal credit. So even if your business, you can read the fine print in your credit card agreement. There's going to be a personal guarantee in there. They're basing it off your social security number and based off your credit score, even though the credit card's in the name of the business and those payments don't show up on your personal credit score. So it's kind of bonkers. But so if you have one of those credit cards that you got when you just barely set up a bank account, um, you're on the hook for it ultimately. Your business could go bankrupt and the bank still can come after you to collect on it because it's not based off your business, it's based off your personal credit. The whole point of this building business credit is to get something where they cannot come after you and it's based just on the business. All right. So that's why it's important is you're basically starting small and working your way up. So you want something with no personal guarantee. And so certain banks, do these promotionals when they're wanting to expand their business credit portfolio, then they start giving out deals on like lower interest rates or promotional interest rates and stuff like that on these different business credit cards. So that's the list that I don't have, so that maybe that's when it's worth paying somebody to help you build your business credit, or maybe just searching online, you can start finding, where the deals are currently as far as which banks are wanting to expand that and are offering those deals for those business credit cards. They usually have higher interest rate and a lower credit limit. So they're not going to be like super useful at first. But the whole point of you going through this exercise is to establish that you are a credit worthy business, that you make your payments on time. And that's really what these creditors are wanting to look at. So like these first actual credit cards, it might be something like a fuel card or a charge card. Think like that, like a card that's specific to a specific business entity. Like maybe the fuel card is something that you could get just in the name of the business. Again, the interest rate's going to be pretty high, and they might require you to make weekly payments, not just monthly, or some sort of charge card at a supplier house or like at a Home Depot or something like that. You can apply for, a card that's like that. That's like you can really only use that at Home Depot, but it's based solely on your business. And they're starting to report more and more payment history. Maybe they start slowly increasing your credit limit as they see that, okay, well, this guy pretty much ran up his credit limit and paid it off, and he's done that a couple of times. We'll expand his credit limit on that. It's all about just building capacity, and then eventually, as your payment history builds, you may apply for like an actual business credit card. Like you might be able to get something from Wells Fargo or Capital One or something like that that is specifically only in your business. So if they start asking for your social security number, would be like a red flag that they're probably going to start looking at your personal credit and personal guarantee. So you may need to call them and just verify, like, hey, I want to make sure this is actually just in the name of the business based off the paydex score, that you're not looking at my FICO score and stuff, like I'm trying to build business credit. All right. And a lot of times they probably should be understanding. If they're not, then you're applying for the wrong card, most likely. All right. The holy grail of going through all of this is to get a line of credit. All right. I've seen businesses that have like a $3 million line of credit because they've worked at this and worked at this and worked at this, and they don't always need $3 million, credit line. But it's certainly handy when a huge project comes up and they're able to like lock in a good deal on materials for that contract, and they have the capacity to just go out and get all the material right then and there instead of having to wait for and instead of having to wait for later. So we're in an environment now that looks like it's going to be increasingly volatile, especially with potentially tariffs coming in, or some are already here and they're already affecting supply prices, from what I'm hearing, from some of my own contractors. And so this could be a huge thing where you notice 1 week or supply, like material costs are way down. And if you've built a huge line of credit, then you can snatch those up and use that to your advantage to be able to maybe edge out your competition by being able to keep the same margin but bid at a slightly lower price because you're able to lock in your materials costs already. So that's the power of having a line of credit. And the interest rates are typically going to be a lot lower on this line of credit than it is on the credit cards. So really, it can be very powerful for your business. So how to get more help? You can join my free group for contractors. The link is in the description below. And really, that's just so that all the free resources and tools that I've been building are just in one place instead of being scattered throughout on different YouTube videos and different social media posts and stuff like that. It's just like a repository for like all the tools that are just all in one spot for you. And it gives you a chance that you can chat with other contractors and exchange ideas and start seeing what's working in their business, what's not. So you guys can really work together in there and bounce ideas off each other. There's also free courses on tax accounting, insurance, and legal issues that all apply to your contracting business. So if you're wanting to learn more about a specific area, you might be able to find it in one of those courses. So link in the description below, and get back to work.